Hey, Thursday night, Cornesy just rattled a few cages down at North Melbourne. Did you end up watching anything Channel 7?
First time ever this season I've actually
on the back
put on
of Cornesy?
100%. Yep.
Like Channel 7 would have been, everyone's talking about Cornesy, oh, you need to temper it back and blah, blah, blah. Channel 7 would be going, mate, we haven't had this promotion, or as great a promotion as this for forever.
Licking their lips they would have been.
Mate, I'll be honest, my wife and I watched it just because I just wanted to see what was going on.
Yeah. I don't think North Melbourne handled it amazing. Now, nothing
poorly.
wrong with them being strong, but I thought at the end of the day, we've probably just got to, I don't know,
you actually made
a little bit.
Well, you made it worse than it needed to be. And Sheezy spoke with our man Pipe during the week and spoke absolutely fantastic. But he said, I'm embarrassed that it's gone this far and it's this public.
Yep.
Well, all your club needed to do, and I think I heard Gary Lyons say this as well, and he was spot on, just ring Cornes and go, hey, let's sit down and have a coffee or even just to talk over the phone.
But
Don't make it so public like this. It's made it worse.
This is what exactly happened with Hawthorn because he went hard on Hawthorn. Sam Mitchell reached out. They had a coffee.
Now he's Mitch's biggest fan.
Any time that Kane Cornes can mention how good Hawthorn are, he does. And I just feel like maybe that could have been the approach.
And from a club point of view, sometimes you need to tell somebody, hey, this is our plan. This is what we're doing. Because I know at Fox sometimes before games, we will go into a coach's meeting room and he'll explain to us on the board, this is how we're going to see the game today. This is our matchups, just so we understand where they're coming from.
Yep.
It would have been the perfect thing for them to do. And you know what? Clarko 6 or 7 years ago would have punched him down the phone.
Well, that's right.
Come on, Clarko.
We'll get to some Paul Roos audio in just a moment. It was funny because Jai Simpkin was also, the North Melbourne captain, was on the end of a couple of takes from Kane Cornes this week, and he kicked that goal, I think it was the third quarter maybe,
yes,
which was a nice one from the boundary, sort of lent inside from 50, and it was fantastic. This is the commentary from Channel 7, BT and Kane Cornes.
And that, I reckon, is directed firmly at you, Mr. Cornes. I know the game's not one and done yet. They're within a point.
It's a long way out to go the shush, BT.
Oh,
it's
mate, he has
way
pointed directly at you, and he's saying, you deserve this. You deserve this, Cornes.
Well, if you haven't seen it, Jai Simpkin does the old finger after he kicked a great goal.
It was fantastic. But I at the time, I'd flicked back to Fox, and they thought that he was either doing it to the Essendon supporters. In fact, when he lined up for goal, they said, geez, there's a lot of North Melbourne supporters on that half-forward flank. And there's like, well, who's he shushing if it's not? He couldn't be shushing North Melbourne supporters or Essendon. So maybe it was to the Cornes.
Well, Fox didn't want to obviously mention Channel 7 things. So,
course,
definitely to Cornesy. It was fantastic. It was great theatre. But you know what I love, Cornesy? Has not taken one back step.
The photo that he put up in the Essendon rooms after the game here I am pre-game in the winnings rooms. I thought it was quite nice. And a few people did say, well, you're so weak you couldn't put up before the game.
What I will say about Cornesy, though, there's not too many things that I don't disagree with him about most of the things that he's been saying.
Try that again. I don't know what you meant by that.
Did I stuff that up?
No, I don't. I'm not sure.
Okay. I don't disagree with a lot of the things that he's been saying.
Okay.
That was better English?
That makes more sense.
Thank you very much.
I wasn't sure which side of the table he fell.
But yeah, he went way too hard on Sheezy. But some of the things that he's been saying, I can't disagree with him. So North actually need to probably harden up a little bit on a few things as well.
Yep. So Paul Roos had his comments. He does a podcast from Hawaii on the ABC during the week or every week.
Life,
this is what he had to say about the situation with North Melbourne, the ban, and potentially it might not have just been a one-way street. Have a listen to this.
Don't dismiss this. Because if we want to have relationships with footy clubs and bring out personalities and interview and great stuff, we can't dismiss what Todd is saying. His players are pissed off. They're really pissed off. So there's a danger that if Kane walks in those rooms, that something physical may happen. This is potentially protecting Kane Cornes.
Don't know about that, Ruses.
No, I don't know about that.
Very passionate about it, though, Ruzy.
I like the first part of it.
In saying that, there's no doubt there may have been a few words said. No question about it.
Yep.
Physically, I don't think it's ever going to get there
chance.
because particularly with cameras in every rooms and all over the place, so that's not going to happen. But no doubt, verbally, there would have been some things thrown at him. No doubt about it.
You've also got to remember, Channel 7 and Fox also pretty much support the game in terms of the revenue for clubs and players and salaries and
They
stuff.
are the number one support.
This is my point. So it's not like there was going to be a situation where Kane Cornes is going to walk into the North Melbourne rooms and someone's going to come up and clock him from behind. All of a sudden, there's an all-in brawl.
Yeah.
I mean, TV-wise, that would have been amazing, but it's never going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. But verbally, I could definitely see some players having a crack at him. So would have been good. Hey, Paul Curtis getting 3 weeks.
Tough.
Shocking. It was more, and I'll get to my selling a little bit later, but the way that they explained how he should have or what he should have done, like seriously, it just proves if you haven't been involved in the game or played the game at any level, for you to sit there and say this is what you could, should have, and would have done, it's horrific sometimes.
I guess
It
the
really
argument is, and it has been with the sling tackle, and we did see one on Thursday night as well. I think Larky might have done a sling tackle, is that players can develop over time or train themselves to tackle a certain way. We've seen a lot less sling tackles because that's a circumstance. This one, though, that's very difficult. I'm not sure that you can teach a player to try then to turn, and even if they do turn, they're probably going to land on the side.
See,
I actually
thought he was trying, and he landed himself on his own knees, and he tried.
Remember the Patrick Dangerfield one? I think from last season against Carlton, similar sort of scenario where he put the tackle on one of the. I think it might have been Walsh or something.
It was
from
just
Carlton.
late in the year.
Oh, it could have been. It was last season.
Didn't he get off?
Did get off? Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
But there was no concussion, or the player didn't sort of, and that's where I guess it's sort of fallen. It's funny because a lot of people are saying the game's gone. I'm not going to watch it again. This is gone too far, which is not going to be the case.
No.
But
and we'll see more rundown tackles this week. But at the end of the day, though, from a player's point of view, you're doing it at your own peril.
Yeah.
Yes, you might do it 10 times and you might pull it off 9 times, but that one time you don't, you're going to get 3 weeks.
Yeah, but the one time you don't pin the arms, they get a handball out, kick a goal. That's when you're going to get a payoff as well.
exactly.
So it's hard. It's funny.
We ask a lot from
I saw a great clip on TikTok this week, an old South Park episode, just talking about where the game's going. Someone said this is the AFL in 2025.
Instead of helmets, they should wear little tinfoil hats, because, it's the future, and we shouldn't be so barbaric.
How would the bras and tinfoil hats make it safer?
Oh, you're all not getting it. See, while we're at it, we'll have a balloon instead of a ball. And whoever catches the balloon tries to run while all the other players hug. You think the students would like that? Oh, they'd love it. A sport where safety is all that matters? How about we call it Sarcastoball?
Unreal.
Randy Marsh. Gotta love him.
Paul Curtis had the Australian Touch Football League AFL logo on his Instagram this week. Absolute superstar. Hey, we're going to head to our first break. It is election day in Australia. We're going to take a look at I know we've done this before or something like it. Have a look at some of the shocking efforts sports stars have had in that field. Plus, we've got our marketplace and our moment of madness. This is the warm-up. All thanks to Bet365. Stay with us.